Hey, how's it going, everyone? In today's video, I'm going to talk about what's the difference between beginner, intermediate, advanced, and godlike programmer. Because I recently posted a poll, and this poll was about my upcoming course on React, which will basically have 30 projects. And I asked, should there be more beginner projects, more intermediate projects, or more advanced projects? So basically, I had three options: 15 for beginners, 10 for intermediate, and 5 for advanced projects, or 10 beginner, 10 intermediate, and 10 advanced projects, or 20 beginner, 5 intermediate, and 5 advanced projects. And the majority until now has voted to have 10, 10, and 10. So 10 beginner, 10 intermediate, and 10 advanced projects. Now, let me tell you something. What is the real difference between a beginner, a intermediate, a advanced, and a godlike programmer? The beginner is pretty simple. And first, let's get started what the internet says about this, because I just did a Google search and this was so interesting what everybody thinks what a beginner, what an intermediate, and what a advanced programmer is. So just take a look at this. Someone answered, the beginner comments nothing. The novice, or the intermediate, comments everything. That's true. I can clearly remember where I commented everything. So this comes from there, and that does that, and I found this, that, there, and that's actually for teaching yourself. Then the more advanced comments why he did what he did, and then the master why he did not do it some other way. That's pretty cool. I actually don't believe that. Okay, someone else says that the beginner plans while coding. That's pretty much true. Does lots of tries and errors. That's also true, and this is also extremely important in order to understand what is working and what does not work. Because most of the times, if you learn something, you will most likely forget it. You can't store everything in your memory. I don't think you have the capacity for that. Nobody has it. Then so still the beginner focuses on the language, prone to rewrite a lot of code over and over, and he just wants to get the damn thing to work. And it's so true. I can still remember the head banging against the monitor. Why aren't you working? And that is true. Now the intermediate focuses on structure and frameworks. I don't think that's true. That's more a it can be true. It can be true because you shouldn't focus on the framework itself. You should focus on that part before even getting started, not in the middle of the code. So that's 50-50 for me. It's true, and if that is true or not true. And also going to share my points of view on this just in a couple of seconds. He prefers hyped and sexy languages. That is so true. That is so true. I see so often that discussions, no, you should do it in that programming language. No, this programming language is much better for that. Some projects are better written in one kind of programming language. Some programs are better written in Python. Some games are better written in C# or C++. Even more complex games, the best way to do that is in C++. Just take a look at the Doom Eternal. That was written in C++. It's amazing game. Okay, and the intermediate also plans ahead in small steps. Yeah, he's prone to over-engineer, true, and wants to get it all right and proper at the cost of money and time. That is also true, because what intermediates do not understand, that this costs money. Sorry about the foul language, I'm also going to beep that part out, but time costs money. If you're not efficient, then someone else is going to take that job, or someone else is going to do a better job than you, just based on money spent on time. Okay, this is extremely important to understand, and that's actually a more advanced to pro programmer who understands that. So I would note it down as a really difference between a beginner, intermediate, and advanced to really master, because he really understands the value of time. So understanding the value of time, I would consider to be advanced, to really master. Okay, so let's see what the people say about advanced. He can plan ahead in large steps. Yes, he can plan ahead in large steps, but he also does not consider when to stop planning and start really doing things. Choose the right language or framework for the job. Does not care much if it is pretty or sexy. Yes, that is so true. You need to get the job done, and you need to, that comes hand in hand with planning. not only that you need to plan out the steps, but the steps need to be planned out proper to the language that you're going to use. You're going to choose the right language, then you're going to choose the steps you're going to take. First things first is actually choosing the language. And he can early in the project assess where to do it fast and dirty and where to really engineer things. That is also true. And focuses on finishing in time and money. This is also extremely important. So these are valid points. Also, someone is saying here, beginner, I don't know if I can do it. Intermediate to advanced, I'm pretty sure I can do this. The real godlikes will then say this is more effort than it this is more effort than it's worth it. Someone else should do it. So cool. Okay, someone else says beginner programmers solve their most difficult bugs in minutes. Intermediate programmers solve their most difficult bugs in seconds. And advanced programmers solve their most difficult bugs in weeks. I do not understand what that means. Or this, maybe he says that beginners think they solved their bugs and the bug still exists, but it just created another bug. Okay, someone else says here, what language do you know? I know HTML and C++. Well, HTML is not a... So, yeah. Whatever, here's my thoughts on this. After thinking about it, I will not say in my course that the project is a beginner project, a intermediate, a advanced. I didn't do any kind of godlike project. That would mean that you recreate Facebook or something like that. So I will not label the projects as intermediate, beginner, or advanced, but what I will do is leave up to you to figure out where you stand on. So regarding what I just said, or taking into consideration that the points that I said, you should consider how much time will it take for you to solve the problem, how good is your commenting, how deep and precise is the way that you laid out your path, meaning if you would revisit that project, would you understand without rewatching my video what you did? So is the path laid out correctly? Are the indicators clear from where what comes and how you solve the problem? What type of problem does that part of code actually solve? Then can you refactor it? Can you make the code easier? And this is why you should revisit often your earlier project just to see, could I done that better? Also take into consideration how much time did you spend on it. Then could you do it in another way? Is there a easier way doing it? So these are actually factors that you should take into consideration when you're tackling a problem, and then evaluate for yourself where you stand. And always be kind to yourself, but be relatively realistic. Are you a beginner, intermediate, or a advanced? And if you're godlike, then why are you watching my videos? Please do something more productive with your time. Okay, everyone, have a lovely week or weekend wherever you're watching this video. And I'm going to announce the course just in a couple of weeks. So stay tuned, stay subscribed, like the video if you liked it, share it with others. And please leave your opinion in the comment section below what you think is a beginner, intermediate, and an advanced. And if you're godlike, then why are you on my channel? Thank you if you are. So take care, everyone. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.